Hello YouTube, and what is going on? Is your boy MuN-CHeeZe. We are back today with what I told you about in the last video. I finally got the SmokTech G-Priv 220 watt temperature control touchscreen mod. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unbox this and get everything set up, hit it a few times, give you a little bit of a review. So let's go ahead and open this thing up right quick with my handy dandy pocket knife that my dad got me for Christmas. See, still got the seal on there. It's all nice and pretty. All right, we got the seal off. Got to pull it out of its little sleeve here. In a pretty cool little box, to be honest with you. Gotta slide this top off if I can. So first off, this is probably the coolest part of the whole thing. Little silica packet. Just kidding, by the way. Not something that we think is pretty cool. But either way, first off, as soon as you open it, first thing you got in the box is the mod itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to see what else is in here underneath the foam. Alright, so taking a look in this box. This is a verification. You just want to verify that it's authentic. Which is actually really cool to have in one of these boxes like this, because you want to know that you're getting a real mod whenever you spend as much money as I just spent on this thing. I don't want to say how much because you're going to laugh, because I found it online for a little bit cheaper, but I didn't want to wait for it, so I went and bought it at the store. So this is just verification that it's an authentic mod. This is just letting you know that you shouldn't use unwrapped batteries. You want to have a little bit of insulation in there. You don't want to have a full open metal battery, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to have. You know, if you're buying your first mod and you don't know stuff about vaping, then yeah. So this is the owner's manual, user manual, whatever you want to call it. Kind of tell you a couple things about the mod, how to use it, what to do. Set that to the side. This is a little USB cord, micro USB, because as you can see on the bottom there, if you can see it, it's right here where my finger is. There is a external charging port, so you don't have to pull the batteries out over time, which I will anyways. And this is something cool that I didn't know it actually came with. It's got a little silicone, whatever, rubber sleeve that goes over the mod. Just kind of protects it. It's not, you know, gonna do too much, but it will, like if you drop it or something, it'll keep the corners safe, keep it from scratching or, you know, whatever. And that is all that is in the mod itself. So let's go ahead, put that back in the box. All right, now taking a look at this mod, it's honestly a little bit smaller than I was thinking it was, so I'm actually kind of happy about that, because I'm probably going to be using this for work, and I don't want to have this big bulky mod in my pocket. I mean, it is a little thick, but for the most part it's a fairly decent size. I mean, you can see how it fits in my hand. It's not that big, and I was really thinking that this was going to be a bigger mod. So what I'm gonna do is, I mean, as far as the aesthetics, the way it looks, I mean, it's an awesome looking mod. I mean, there's the front of it, the screen, the touch screen, the firing button is the whole side of the mod right here. Like, you push this big long red part is the entire thing, and then the back is full carbon fiber face. It's pretty sweet, to be honest with you. And when pulling the back off, it's got 4 pretty strong magnets, and I like the strong magnets because you know you're not gonna have that back face falling off. I mean, watch, I'll just show you. I mean, it clamps on pretty dang good, and then pulling it off, you got to actually put some pressure on it to get it off. So I like that quite a bit. We got it turned on. I think this thing's pretty cool. Is the glare too much? And as you can see, full touch screen, everything is there displayed. You've got your wattage up here, you've got your amperage, your voltage, and I believe that is, oh, that's your ohms. And I believe this thing, oh, I didn't even know it had a time stamp. It shows the time on there. This thing is exceeding my expectations really fast. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and set this thing up real quick, and we will be right back. So let me just show you this real quick. I think this is awesome. Look at the settings you have. If it focuses, it's not going to really focus on it, but you've got a date and time setting on here that's just crazy to me. I didn't expect this, and oh, that's awesome. You've got a factory reset, screen timeout, tells you the model, the version. This does have another thing about the micro USB. It's actually got firmware updates. So this thing comes out with firmware updates every now and again, and you can actually go in, plug this thing into your computer, and update it. I don't know what the update's going to consist of or what's going to happen. Maybe it'll just change the face, the screen, the logo. I don't know. Like, this is crazy. It really is. So I'm going to check out a couple more of these settings, see if there's anything else that's pretty cool. All right, so I think I've got this thing set up the way I want it. I went ahead and set up the temperature control, which basically just gives you a warmer or cooler hit. The voltage wattage, I went ahead and just set it right at 80. I think that's going to be about where I need it for the Smok. Did I get the big baby? I think this is the big baby beast. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that right on there. This is actually the tank that they recommend you run on this mod, and it just, I mean, look at it. It just fits on it perfect. It feels good in your hand. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this little screen protector off that I hadn't been paying attention to. It is a new cool, so whenever you first set it up, it tells you it's a new cool. And now we're ready to vape, it looks like. Oh, I like this. It has such a quick fire pull too. Like, as soon as you hit this button, it's ready. I've had a couple mods in the past where it takes a minute to heat up, but this one, I mean, listen, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. You can hear it for sure. I mean, feels really good. And this thing goes up to 220 watts, so I mean, you can vape about anything on this thing. It goes from 1 watt to 220. And the reason I put emphasis on 1 watt is because most mods don't go down that low. This one, it's got such a broad range of what you can do with it. It's so far, I'm really liking it. So all right, guys, so that's it. That is the review. In my opinion, 5 stars. That thing is awesome. Don't judge me for the O's that I was trying to blow. I'm not good. I can't really blow O's that well. I do practice a little bit, but then I started having to use that little, I'll show you what I was vaping on. I'll explain it a little bit too real quick. I was vaping on this, and this is called a Kangertech drip box. And what this does, actually, it came with a little drip RDA that was built for this mod, and it's actually a bottom fed bottle tank, and it's cool. It was okay for me to run back and forth to work, but it just wasn't enough power, and that's why I had to get SmokTech G-Priv temperature control 220 watt. It's beautiful. It really is. I like it a lot. It's not too heavy. It feels good in the hand. I'm really impressed. So if you guys are vapors and you haven't tried this out, I'd say try it out. It's really, really cool. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see how time fares with this mod. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you want to see more unboxings, anything, let me know. And YouTube, we will see you later.